Hey y'all, this time I want to say something a lot more serious, because when I was thinking about the girl that I was crazy about, Vicky, back when I was about 12, 13, and on the other silly little video I made, I thought about the reason that she left the neighborhood. Her parents packed up and left, and I never saw her again. And the reason that is because her stepmother was an evil, abusive bitch. And she could not stand Vicky's little brother. He was about 6, maybe. 6 or 7. And she mistreated that boy. She burned him with things. She forced him to eat hot peppers. And the last of all, she took him and stuck him down in a tub full of boiling water. It was horrible. They picked her up. They took her to jail. She didn't stay. They let her go home. They let her off. There's one thing about back when I was young, they didn't put as much legal effort into stopping child abusers. And there was a lot of it. But child abuse has not stopped. In fact, it's just as bad now as it was then. There's more awareness of it, but there's not nearly enough action taken against it. These are my children when they were young. My daughter and my son, we took them in as foster kids. My daughter was almost dead. She'd been living on bottled water, and we wasn't sure she was going to make it. My son had scars all over his back from being thrown into a window. And the other children in that house were treated just as bad or worse. We had their cousins, and their cousins had been abused, and probably abused, It was horrible. And I did a lot of research on child abuse because we tried to start a foster home, and when I tried that, I found out real quick that people feel bad for foster kids, but not bad enough to do a fucking thing. Not even the board that I assembled of all good Christian people would put any fucking effort into doing something. As in money. They had money. They had a lot more money than I did. Because my wife and I dumped every penny we had into that program to try to help kids, and there was just nobody else. I spoke to a group of pastors in Lufkin, and I gave them a 30-minute presentation that should have had them in tears. I had to have other people in tears from that presentation, but they were just a bunch of stoic asswipes, and they did nothing but pat me on the back and say, "That's good work there. Good work there, Ted. I hope you do something with it." And they all walked out, and every single one of them was pastor of a church who could have went back to their church and helped us one way or the other. But did they? No. You know why? Because they don't want to talk about child abuse. They don't want to talk about the way children are mistreated. And I was mistreated when I was a kid. My mother was abusive sometimes. She was verbally abusive. And I lived with that. I grew up with it. And I grew up with a hell of a complex because of the way she treated me and what she would call me when she got pissed off. She was kind of schizo, She was really sweet sometimes, and then sometimes she'd get madder than hell, and I'm sure a lot of people identify with that, and it's terrible. I don't know what needs to be done, but I know people need to raise hell about it, and I know this goddamn prick in the White House and all his little prickettes hate foster kids too. They hate children. They hate poor children, and it's a lot of poor children, but let me tell you something. It's not just poor children. There are a lot of children in wealthy homes who are abused and who are never, ever recognized as abused, and their parents get away with it because they have money. I guarantee you that's happening in every fancy neighborhood in your town. There are kids that's getting the shit beat out of them, getting essayed, and all of that stuff, and their parents get away with it because they're wealthy. And if the kids even speak up about it at school, then parents with money make it go away with a lawyer. So speak up and do something. And this is one of the things you can do something about, even with what's going on in Washington. Stop it. Just fucking stop it. I don't know. I don't understand why people don't give a damn. Kids are so precious. They're such a part of our lives that means so much. And they're going to grow up to be the ones who lead this country. And if the ones with abuse grows up to lead this country, what the fuck are we going to have to deal with? Probably a lot of the people in the President administration were abused as kids, probably from their religious parents. And I know those religious sons of bitches, that's what they want to do. They want to abuse children and women. So look, this is just a little heads up. Look around your neighborhood, report anything that you see, and be aware. Don't be afraid to speak up. Report it. Do something before more kids are beaten and killed. Every day it happens. Stop it, damn it!